Aye, aye, aye. So now you got celebrities hitting the panic button. You got these protesters out here preaching kindness while literally swinging like it's a sport. And right when it peaks, you got Andrew Schulz out here checking Charlamagne the God for him seemingly agreeing with the justified rhetoric around Donald Trump's failed assassination attempt. Y'all, let's start here.
Try to not give up, even though the Supreme Court is compromised. And how in God's name did America become this? And pull the emergency brake, everybody. Right? James Comey, for writing 86, 47 in the sand with shells, is being investigated by the Department of Justice. Indicted. This is our world. Voting Rights Act. Sorry, bye-bye. Women's right to abortion? Yeah, no more. Government assistance? Sorry, we don't have enough funding for people, but that family can make billions in the year and a half that they've been in. They, the cabal. Right, them. He thinks we don't understand what he's doing with that goddamn ballroom. Just like he did with all his construction companies. Just like he did with all of those casinos. Running them into the ground. So, boy, oh boy, America, it's tough. We are in a tough place.
I thought she said booyah, booyah. I was like, what? Anywho, all right, let's slow this down for a second. You've got Rosie O'Donnell sitting in another country talking about hitting an emergency brake on America. Think about that. You left, but you still want to sit here and try to steer. And notice, the checklist she runs through, voting rights gone, abortion gone, money gone, but somehow billions are magically being made in secret by this cabal. No receipts, no specifics, just vibes and volume, if you ask me. This is what panic sounds like when it's built on headlines instead of reality. It's not even an argument, it's a mood. But here's where it gets wild because, while you got people out here yelling about kindness and saving the country and democracy and all that, somebody decided to show us what that actually looks like in real life. Yeah, you can't write this. Make America kind again on the shirt while swinging at a piñata, looking like Donald Trump, like it owes you money. And listen, I'm not even mad at the piñata. It's the branding that's hilarious. Because the same people telling you to watch your tone are out here practicing, for a stress relief class on a political figure, Donald Trump. That shirt says, treat others how you want to be treated. So I guess the new golden rule is walk around and just make sure it's symbolic. Now, you might think, okay, maybe this is just one person being extra, which will let me know that you're new here, for sure. Okay, cool. Let's go talk to the crowd and see how informed everybody there is.
You know there's U.S. citizens being fucking deported, you dumb fucking... Please walk away.
The only one acting like a dumb is you.
Americans have been deported.
Who?
I'm not going to name them off the top of my head, but you're
just one.
You're free to Google it.
Just one. You're free to Google it.
They deported American citizens.
Who?
What's his name? Kilmar Garcia.
He is not an American citizen. Name one American citizen or someone with paperwork that has been deported that shouldn't have been.
I can't name you off the top of my head. But there is evidence out there.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
Because they're kidnapping citizens.
All right, y'all, we're
Like who?
marching.
Sorry?
Like who?
Like U.S. citizens. Where the are you?
Who? What examples do you have?
I wish.
What examples do you have? What legal immigrant has been deported?
There's been quite a few.
I just need the name of one person.
You're going to have to go online.
I can't name them. Do you want me to Google it really
Yes,
quick?
please look it up. Under the Trump administration, what American citizens have been deported?
There have been people who have been deported with their paperwork.
Who?
I can't tell you because I don't have personal people who have been there, but I've seen the news.
Yeah, so in the news, give me details. I mean, I've not heard of any of this news. There has not been an instance, one single instance, where an American citizen has been taken off the street by an ICE agent and deported. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
I do believe you are wrong.
If you don't want to give me proof to prove me wrong, then I guess that's kind of the end of the conversation, right?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yep. And this right here, this is where everything starts falling apart. You ask simple questions. Who exactly is being deported that shouldn't be? And suddenly it's Google it. Just Google it. It's out there. I saw it somewhere. Nobody can name anything ever, but everybody's certain it's weird. Now, this is what happens when people inherit opinions instead of building them. You end up defending claims you can't even explain. And that confidence is the craziest. That's the craziest part. But don't worry, because if you ask the right people, they tell you exactly why all this feels so intense.
This just gave us proof that people just hate Trump and don't even care that he's president or about the Republican Party when Zohar Ramdani's wife can tweet the N-word, say a homophobic thing, and there's barely anyone talking about it. It's not even on headlines. We know if anyone in the Republican Party did that, it would be blasted everywhere. Everywhere. We would not get enough of it. Nothing. But yet when we do have proof, when we do have resources, when there is evidence, we just don't talk about it. Because it's the left. We're just going to let them get away with it. It doesn't matter.
Now we're getting somewhere because this isn't
This
really...
just gave us proof that people just hate Trump.
As I was saying, this isn't really about policies for a lot of people. It's about what they've been told to dislike. And once that switch flips, everybody and everything gets filtered through it. Same behavior, different reaction. Same words, different headlines. And the wild part is, people don't realize that they're doing it. They think they're reacting when they're actually following the script. And when the script runs long enough, it doesn't just share opinions. It starts shaping entire organizations.
So what they're doing, I mean, this is fraud. This is just exactly what fraudsters do. I'm going to fix the problem. I will fix the problem. But because there isn't enough racism in the United States, because conservatives and Republicans don't believe that way, they had to fabricate their own racism so that they can turn around, raise money on it, ostensibly to fight it. That's why this is such a huge fraud case. It isn't just about that they're saying, that it's the fraud is that they're creating the very problem that they're claiming to solve. They're the ones creating the racism. They're the ones funding the KKK. They're the ones funding the Unite the Right rally. They're the ones that are funding these so-called radicals, but it's all SPLC. So what they're doing, I mean, this is fraud. This is just exactly what fraudsters do.
Yeah. Now, this is what things stop being surface level. Because if what she's saying holds weight, that's not just bias, that's business. Create the problem, fund the problem, then ask people to donate so you can fight the problem that you literally help manufacture. I don't know what you're standing up for right there. That's not activism. That's literally a subscription model. And if people start connecting those dots, man, a lot of reputations don't survive that conversation. So we've seen the emotion, we've seen the contradiction, the confusion, and the incentives behind it. All that's left is the moment where somebody finally calls it out directly.
Do we ever think, Chris, do we think about Doge? and the hundreds of thousands of jobs that Doge got rid of last year, all of these federal workers still haven't found work. People have lost houses. People have had loved ones that have died because they don't have health care. Like, even when you think about, am I a person that believes there need to be border security? 100%.
Of course.
But think about the brutality
of
how some of these border policies have gone down.
Of course. But the question is, are you saying that it's justified because of it?
No. No.
So it's like, so that's how it's going to be consumed. Like, I don't think you're justifying it. But if I was somebody who doesn't know you, I would go, oh, he's saying that he deserved this and he made people get this radicalized through his thing.
I think we have to deal with the reality that some of these policies have hurt people so much that some folks are willing to risk it all.
Well, now you're justifying it.
I'm not justifying it. It's just a reality.
But now you're justifying it.
It's just a reality that you have to deal with. Am I, you feel like I'm justifying it, Miles?
No, I think you can extrapolate out that, like, was Osama justified? Not justified. Was like Timothy McVeigh, all these other like political.
You're making the argument that people make about Bin Laden, which is, well, if America wasn't doing this shit in the Middle East, then Bin Laden wouldn't have done it.
I don't know.
If original Waco didn't happen.
I'm just saying that is the argument that they would make.
I just think that we would be remiss to not take a step back and not just have conversations about violent rhetoric. Let's talk about violent policies that people have been watching over the last year and a half, and how a lot of people have been hurt by those policies. Of
course.
And some of those people are willing to risk it all, because to your point earlier, they don't have nothing else to lose, at least in their mind.
Sure. But I guess what I'm saying is we still go, it's wrong to do that.
It is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, like, you still have to deal with the reality.
But you and I both know from knowing people that are crazy that it actually doesn't take that much to get certain crazy people to do things.
Can you be driven crazy? You lose your house, your grandma dies because, you couldn't afford health care. Your grandma been living here her whole life. She gets deported to some country, or your wife or somebody that you love gets deported back to a country you've never been to. Can you be driven crazy?
I think you can be radicalized for sure. I think there's a lot of proof for that. Sure. But again, it's like,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you, let's deal with the reality of it instead of just dismissing everything and saying, oh, this is fake.
There it is. Andrew Schulz didn't dance around it. He didn't soften it. He didn't repackage it. Simply called him out and said, hey, you're justifying it. Because that's the line nobody wants to admit that they cross, man. When it starts with people are hurting. Then it turns into you can understand why they react. And before you know it, you're explaining away something you would have condemned 5 minutes ago if the roles were reversed. And what do we say about that? It's not compassion. That sounds more like convenience. So let's connect this real quick. You've got public figures sounding alarms from a distance. Crowds acting out the opposite of what they preach. People repeating claims that they can't back up. And systems that benefit from keeping everybody emotionally charged. Then one person says, hold on, doesn't make sense. And suddenly, the most controversial part of this whole conversation is no longer, that becomes the most controversial. I'm over here trying to get my words together. First video today, y'all. Not the chaos, not the contradictions, just the fact that somebody pointed it out. That should tell you everything that you need to know. So, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to type anchor in the comment section. That way I know. Other than that, y'all be safe. Please go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.